on Off the Leash with the YMCA legend himself, Ryan Brown. Ryan, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, no problem at all, Ryan. So tell the people what your hometown is.
So I'm from Forest Lake, Minnesota. It's a pretty small town. Actually, it's not that small. It's kind of average sized, I'd say. And it's like, I'd say 30 to 40 minutes north of the Twin Cities.
Interesting. So where you go to school and what's your major?
So I go to school at Minnesota State University, Mankato, and I'm majoring in sport management, and I plan on minoring in business administration.
Big smart guy over here. So Ryan, how'd you hear about the Moondogs?
So actually, last year I heard about them. I got an email sent out from MSU Mankato. They're just seeing like the sport management students if they want an internship or anything. I was a freshman last year, so I was staying in dorms, and they kick us out at the end of the year. Mm-hmm. And basically, I had to wait a year, so then I applied this year and got the job as a merchandise intern.
Did you hear from Walker or just the emails that MSU sends out?
It was actually Walker that sends them out, so I messaged him and then I was all set to go.
So Ryan, what's your role on the team for the Dogs?
So I'm a merchandise intern. You'll catch me at the pro shop, which is right at the front gate. Ask me questions about all the merch and stuff. We got t-shirts, we got sweatshirts, hoodies, socks, mugs, basically almost anything I can say.
Ryan, people call you Merch Man. How do you feel about that?
I'm fine with it. It's definitely not a nickname I was expecting when I came in, but I will take it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan's role goes beyond selling merch. He also dances in the middle of the 8th, I believe. Ryan, what's it like being known as the YMCA man around Mankato?
So I was not expecting to be known as the YMCA guy when I first stepped onto the field. I feel like it was the second night where it finally, when I finally got that name, and I don't know. Now I'm kind of just forced to do it every night. So I'm all right with it. I'll do anything basically for the team. Yeah.
Where did you learn your moves? I think that's what everyone wants to know. Where do we get these big YMCAs, these hand pointings? Where do those come from?
So if you're talking about the YMCA, it's from the basic stuff, but I do have to say that I get a lot of my inspiration from Fortnite emotes, guys.
Really?
So if you guys just want to figure out some of the dances I'm doing, go ahead and look at that stuff.
We'll reel it in a little bit here, Ryan. What's your favorite part about working for the Dogs?
Definitely, I love the intern crew I'm working with. Tyler, Walker are great too, of course. The fans, most important. I've met a few of them that I absolutely love. I love Chuck, by the way. Hi, Chuck, if you're watching this. And Diane, yes. They like to give me a little bit of crap while I'm at the table, but it's all right. It's all under good jokes.
So, Ryan, what's your favorite part about Mankato? You're a student here at MSU. You're here with the Dogs for the summer. What keeps you staying here?
What keeps me staying here is basically the opportunities that are available to me. I know a few people here too. I got some family here as well. I get to see them every once in a while, but yeah, my family will come down and support me too in the military team. So.
You've spoken of opportunities. What's Ryan Brown's dream job? What are you looking to get out of this?
Okay, so it sounds cheesy, I know, but of course one day Vikings GM, but let's just say that might not happen, but you gotta have some confidence. I hope it happens, but honestly, just anything within the Vikings organization at all.
Interesting, very interesting. So let's have a little fun. We had a little fun before. Ryan, what is your favorite type of dog? Could be a player, could be a hot dog, could be even a dog.
Broad.
Really? That is an interesting choice, Ryan. Ryan, before we depart, I know you got some merch to sell. What do you want to say to the fans of Mankato?
I love you guys. Please come visit me at the merch shed. I would greatly appreciate it. And then before I go, I want to give some shout outs. Go subscribe to D Simps on YouTube. That's Dalton Simpson's actual YouTube channel. He hasn't posted on a year, but I want to see more subscribers for him. And then shout out to Wilson Pelto. I love you, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
That has been the YMCA man, Ryan Brown, on Off the Leash. That has been it for our intern spotlight. Stay tuned for our player profile. Welcome back to Off the Leash. We have an intern spotlight. We have D Sims himself.
How's it going?
Dalton Simpson in the park. Dalton, thanks for being on.
No problem. It's my pleasure.
I know you're super busy, so we're going to try and keep this quick. But where do you go to school and what's your major?
I go to MSU Mankato. I will be a super senior next semester. And my current job with the Mankato Moondogs is like a head of group sales. I work on with the suites, make sure the catered meals are ready, and the beer menu is ready as well.
He's jumping ahead already. Dalton, where are you originally from?
I'm from Mankato, born and raised.
So what was it like staying home for college? Is it be close to your family, or what was that decision like?
It worked out pretty easily, actually. My parents moved right by MSU my senior year, and then I just went to MSU. So the rest is history. It was between that and South Central.
Dalton, the man of Mankato. So you're from here, but how did you hear about the dogs? Was it Walker? Was it Tyler? Who was it?
I got a bunch of emails from Walker, that's for sure. I also played on the field a few times in high school, and I went to some games as well. So I've always kind of followed the Moondogs, but it's nice to work for them.
Dalton, you hit my soft spot with high school sports. What was your high school career like? Tell the folks about this. Is your time
high school.
shine.
Yeah. My glory days, I played baseball, basketball, and football. I was a left-handed pitcher in baseball, a good bench warmer in basketball. And same thing in football. I was a little undersized, so I got thrown around a lot.
Did you have fun at least?
Oh yeah, it was fun. I enjoy it. Still enjoy it to this day.
That's awesome. So you already kind of touched on your role with the team, but what's your favorite part about being the head of group sales? Is it getting to talk with the fans? Is it getting to be a part of the team, or what is it?
I just like, I don't know, I like being able to kind of do a little bit of everything, you know. Sometimes I feel like I'm running with like my head chopped off, but it keeps me busy and entertained, so I enjoy it. And I like everyone I work with as far as like interns and concessions people and servers that I work with at the suites. So.
Dalton, you've stayed here your entire life. What is your favorite part about Mankato? What keeps bringing you back?
That's a great question. You know, I don't know. There's something about it. You know, I used to, when I was younger, I went to like Minnesota Viking training camp, and I've always kind of had a soft spot for sports here. And I just kind of stuck with it, you know, and I enjoy it. I like the weather here. Summers are nice, so nothing I can complain about.
Is it kind of like The Godfather? Every time I think I'm out, they keep bringing me back in.
Pretty much, you know. One of these, I'm sure I'll end up moving probably closer to the cities, you know, if I can. But currently, I'm okay with Mankato.
Dalton, I'm gonna put you on the spot here. Let's go off the beaten path a little bit. What is your favorite movie? I know we talk movies a lot. You know, it might be Inception. Like, come on, let the people know.
So you know, maybe it's a little bit of recency bias, but I went and saw Top Gun, the new one. That's pretty great movie. Spider-Man: No Way Home. I know a lot of the interns have been giving me some heckle for that, but I like those two movies. But Inception would be my favorite movie.
So Dalton, most people use the Northwoods League as a stepping stone to bigger and better things. We see players go pro. They don't know a lot of interns also go pro as well. What is your dream job, and what is Mankato taught you?
I think my dream job would be working with like the Minnesota Vikings. That's always been the team I follow. But ever since I started working with baseball, I do enjoy the baseball atmosphere too. That was like the sport I played the most growing up. So I'm hoping to stick with one of those two sports, hopefully professional.
I think you have to say there's something about baseball when you walk into the field and you get the smell of peanuts and Cracker Jacks, and it's just different than football.
It really is, yeah. It's hard to compare the two, but I've always had a soft spot for both. I just enjoy sports, so I'm hoping I can make it somewhere in the sport world.
So Dalton, after talking to my producers, we have just left the question open-ended at what is your favorite dog? It could be hot dog, it could be player, it could be your husky at home.
Yeah, I would say my husky. When I was younger, I've always wanted a dog. We had a black lab, but it didn't go very well, you know, so we waited, got a husky. She's about 4 now, and it's a husky lab mix, so it kind of works out.
Dalton, what do you want to say to the fans of Mankato?
I'm just hoping you guys enjoy the season, and we're doing really good right now, and we're going to keep up with it.
That has been the boy D. Simps on Off the Leash for our intern spotlight. Make sure to give him a call or say hi around the ballpark. We're back on Off the Leash with our player profile. We got Garrett Willams. Garrett, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Garrett, can you tell the fans your college and your hometown?
I am from Grand Prairie, Texas, right outside of Dallas, and I just finished 2 years at Midland College and recently committed to Abeline Christan.
Well, we've had a little conversation about it, but what was that recruiting process like being at a JUCO at Midland and going to that next level?
I mean, it took a little longer than we expected, but it was kind of nice to be able to get to play my season and then kind of think with a clear head and make that decision. So, I mean, it was a tough process, but God had a plan and it came to fruition.
So coming out of high school, did you expect to go D1 right away, or what was that process like? I'm sorry to go back a little bit.
I mean, I was kind of a late bloomer, so I knew kind of about junior senior year that it was that it would probably be the JUCO route, and I was fine with that. I had a Division II offer for a year, but I passed that up to go to a junior college, and it worked out for me.
You said you were a late bloomer. Did you hit the weights, or did you just finally figure out in high school your senior year, or what?
I started to put on a little bit of weight my senior year of high school, and then being in a good weight program at Midland, I was able to put on some good weight, and that really helped me get to where I am right now.
A little off the beaten path question. When did you know baseball was your passion?
I'd say probably 7th, 8th grade because I was a basketball player too, but I kind of realized baseball was for me. And so the basketball route wasn't going to work, but I ended up just sticking with baseball. I mean, there was spots here and there where I thought about changing and just going to school, but I stuck it through, and it's starting to work out.
Yeah, so what was your journey to Mankato like? You have a couple of your teammates coming up to play on the team. How did you hear about it, and what's it been like coming to the team?
All right, so Caleb Hewitts and Luke Young, I played JUCO ball with them for 2 years, and they're two of my really good friends, and they were just constantly telling stories about how much fun it was up here, and I had to see for myself, and they were, Jeff Young, Luke's dad, was actually able to talk to Wally, and they were able to get me a spot, so super, super stoked.
So what's that adjustment been like being at Midland to the Northwoods League? Is it different pitching, the wood bat? What's been like the biggest obstacle?
Definitely the pitching. I mean, we saw some really good arms in junior college ball, but there's been some really good arms, and the first game I struggled a little bit trying to get to the velo and seeing off speed and everything, but I've finally gotten comfortable with my swing, started to feel it once I've gotten more reps. But the pitching up here is great, and so it's been a difficult adjustment, but I think I'm starting to get there.
For me personally, I want to know about the wood bat from the metal bat. Is there a big adjustment in that, or is it different feeling in your hands, or what's that like?
It definitely is. I mean, you're kind of self-conscious. You don't want to hit it and break your bat. You don't want to hit it on the handle, and with a metal bat, you can hit it on the handle and still get a hit. But I mean, it's definitely difficult once you start swinging it and get used to it. It's kind of like going from a drop 5 to a drop 3, and then from a metal bat to a wood bat. It's a difficult adjustment, but once you get it, it's not terrible.
Is there anything you tweaked on your swing to start adjusting better, or just getting your timing down, or what happened with the hitting that's led to this huge streak?
So my problem is I tend to get on my front side and hit the top of the ball, and so I do a little bit of a step back, which helps that, and then I included a little bit of a leg kick, and it helps me really put my weight in my back hip and stay back and be able to elevate the ball.
So Garrett, I tease you a little bit about your power, but what's like your mentality going into the box? Are you trying to hit home runs? Are you trying just to make contact, or what's that like?
No, it's part of knowing who I am as a hitter. I know I'm not going to hit home runs. I'm fine with hitting doubles and singles. I'll hit singles all day. So I definitely don't try. I mean, there's counts where I get ahead, like early or late in the not late in the count, but like 3-0, 3-1. I may take a more powerful swing, but I still know that I'm not going to hit a home run, and if I do, it's going to be on accident.
Do you have a player comp to the pros for other fans of Mankato? Is it like a Chris Taylor with the Dodgers, or anybody like that?
I really like to model my game after Bo Bichette. We play a little bit of a different position, but he's a smaller guy. He has a little more power than I do, but I really like watching him play and just being a little guy and how he attacks the game every day.
Being from Texas, I thought you were going to say Michael Young or someone like that here.
Yeah, in the past. I mean, I grew up watching Michael Young, but right now, modern day, Bo Bichette is kind of who I like to play like.
So what are you looking to get out of this Northwoods League experience? Are you trying to be the best player at Abeline Christan? Are you trying to get to the pros? Or what's the life after this look like for Garrett?
I mean, I want to have a really good 2 years at ACU. I'm super excited to get a business degree there. But yeah, ultimately, I would love to play college baseball. I want to learn and get to soak in everything and learn from all the coaches, all the players, because ultimately I want to be a hitting coach when I get older. That's kind of my dream job. But other than that, just enjoying. Like, I've created some really good relationships. I enjoy all the guys I've gotten to play with, and the coaching staff's amazing. So I'm enjoying it a lot.
Is there any little bit of secret sauce that Wally has told you, or some bit of advice that has really helped you that you could share with the fans?
After that night, I went 0 for 5. I came up to Wally because I felt myself up on my front side, and I was like, "What's one way I can change that?" He was like, "Just you got really late rhythm right now. Just load a little bit earlier, and then just keep that weight on the backside." So, but other than that, I mean, they're just kind of letting us play, letting us have fun. So,
what does it mean to you to go from the 8th hole at the start of the year to all the way at the 2 hole now in the later part of the year?
I mean, I'm more comfortable at the top of the lineup. I hit leadoff at school. So I'm comfortable everywhere. I mean, obviously at 8 hole, you think you're going to get fastballs and everything, but I mean, I like hitting at the top of the lineup. So it means a lot, especially getting to play with all these guys that are at Power 5, Division I schools, and so it means a lot to be recognized and be able to hit up that high.
Garrett, I know you got PP. I don't want to take too much of your time. What do you want to say to the fans of Mankato?
Thanks for having us. We appreciate the support.
That has been Garrett Willams on our player profile this week. Stick around for another one.